Dear children, in the previous chapter, we had discussed about the different kinds of plants and their different habitat and how they survive by getting different features, means how they adapt in their habitat. Like the plants, we can see different kinds of animal and they are living in different habitats. And animals also got some special features to survive in their habitat. And in this chapter, we are going to discuss about the adaptation in animals. Like plants, the animals also have developed some habits and also get some special features in their body to survive in their habitat. These special features are known as adaptation. Due to this adaptation, the animals can get their food, shelter, can do the reproduction and also escape from their enemies. And in this chapter, we are going to discuss about these special features and how the animals survive in different habitats. Children, for our convenience, we can divide these animals into main categories according to their habitat. On the base of the habitat, the animals can divide into terrestrial animals, aquatic animals and aerial animals. And now we are going to discuss about the terrestrial animals. Terrestrial animals are nothing but the animals which are living in the land are called terrestrial animals. And also we know the landscape is not same everywhere. In earth, there are different kinds of landscape. So, due to that different kinds of landscape and different climatic conditions, the animals have different features. The animals have different adaptation. Let us check those things. In our earth, we know there are two poles, the North Pole and South Pole. And these poles always covered by snow throughout the year. It is fully covered by snow and it contains extreme cold. So, the animals like polar bear, penguin, seal, which are living in this polar region, having some special features in their body. The polar bear has thick fur in the outside of the body. Fur means nothing but the hair. And all the animals living in polar region having thick skin, and under the skin they have a thick layer of fat which help these animals to survive in this extreme cold. And also these animals undertake the hibernation, which means in the winter season it will be very cold. So they will go into a sleep for long days, for months. So during this hibernation they need very less food. And also in winter season the availability of food will be very less, very less, isn't it? So these animals gathered food. They can eat how much they can. The animals eat much food, much more food, and they will convert it as fat and stored in their body, and this fat is used in the winter season when they are in hibernation. And like the same, the higher altitudes, means going into the higher altitudes, we know it is very cool. So in higher mountains, in mountains region it will be cold, and in winter season some of the mountain regions are covered by snow also. So the animals like yak living in this mountain region contains long fur, long fleece. Fleece means their hair, which we are taking under making the woolen dress, and we also using that woolen dress to protect us from the winter season, from the winter cold, isn't it? So like the same, the yak also having the long fleece, means wool, to protect itself from the cold climate, and they also having the thick skin. So this skin also helping them to get protection from the winter season, otherwise extreme cold. On the other hand, if we are going into the desert region, we know it will be very hot one, less availability of water and vegetation also. In the daytime it is very hot, and in the night time it is just opposite to the daytime, it is very cold. So two extreme weather condition, climatic condition in each day the animals has to face. So in the desert, especially when we are saying this name desert, the camel will come in our mind, isn't it? The animal camel is living in desert, and it is also known as a desert sheep, sheep of the desert, isn't it? So the camel also adapted to live in this extreme weather condition. It contains a thick, very thick skin, so it can bear the extreme cold and also the extreme hot. And the availability of water is very less, isn't it? The vegetation also. For that also camel contain a special feature, that is, when the water is available, it can drink as much as it can, and it can store it also. Like the same, when the vegetation is available, it can eat as much and stored it as fat. So the camel also live without food and water for several days.